Hi, in this video we discuss the OOPS concepts in Python. Now open the Jupyter notebook using your command prompt, enter the command Jupyter space notebook and hit enter. I already opened the Jupyter notebook. Now what is the OOPS in Python? The OOPS is treated as a object oriented programming system. Now what contains the OOPS? The OOPS contains the classes and the classes contains the variables or attributes and functions and constructors, and the OOPS contains the class instances. Now we discuss the what is the class and how to create the classes. First, how to create a classes. Before going to the classes, first discuss with the how to create a function. You can create a functions in Python using the def keyword and function name ended with the colon. Now how to create a classes in Python? You can use the class keyword, class name. Here the parentheses are optional. The parentheses are needed when you can use the inheritance. Now how to create a classes in Python? Use the class keyword along with the class name, that is the, for example, the class name is A. Here I declare the one variable, that is the X. Now how to create a instance of a class? For example, I create a instance. Here the A is the class name. To create a object through the your class name, here the class object is obj is the object. You can use the obj object. You can access anything in your class. Here you can create a object using the your class name. Now click on run. Here you can use the obj is the object. You can access the your attribute, that is the 10. Now we discuss the another program, that is called as a, for example, program 1. Here I create a one class. For example, class is the A. Here I use the functions in the class. For example, here this is the one add function. Here I pass the two parameters x comma y. In Python program, classes contains the default parameter is the self. The self is reference to the current object. This is similar to the this keyword in Java. Now you can assign a here self dot x equal to x and self dot y equal to y. Here I use the another function, that is the display. Here use the self is the default parameter in the every functions which in the classes. Here I print the x data and I print the y data. That means x value, y value. Here this is the two functions in the class A. Now create a object for your class. This is the creation of your class. Now after creating a class instance, now calling the your methods or functions. Here add contains the two parameters. You can pass two parameters, for example 10 comma 20. The 10 is moved into the x and 20 is moved into the y. The self is the default parameter. Now you can use the object1 dot display. The display is no parameters. Now click on the run. Here it returns the error. What is the error means? Name x is not defined. Why? Here the x and y are not defined in the display function. It is defined in the add function. Now here you can use self dot x and self dot y. You can access the other functions variables by using the self. Now click on the run. Here the x value is 10 and y value is 20. Now we discuss with the constructor in Python. Now how to use the constructors in Python? Here use the underscore underscore init underscore underscore is the constructor in Python. Use the def. Here define the your constructor. Now we discuss through the program. Here the class is same as a. Here the class contains the same def. First create the constructor. Use the underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Now here you can pass the default parameter is self. Here I pass the two parameters, that is the name comma age. Now assign the, you can use self dot name equal to name, self dot age equal to age. Here now I create another function, that is the display. Here use the self default parameter. Now print the your constructor data. Here self dot name, name is self dot name and age is self dot age. Now this is the display function. Now I create another function, that is list check. This is the user defined functions. Now here use the default parameter is self. Here I pass the one list as a argument to the list check function. Now in this function I declare a one list. Here I check if every item in the list is a even number or not. If your number is even number, you can append the your number into the res list. Now iterate the your list. Now check if I mod 2 equal to 0. Now if the number is even number, you can append the your item into the res. Now finally end of the for loop, that means all the items are checking. Finally print the your res list. Now here this is the one function, the display is the one function, the init is the constructor in class A. Now create a object for your class A. Here if any parameters in the constructor, you can pass the parameters the time of creating a instance of your class. That means here we can pass a your parameters. For example, I pass a name as Chintu and age as 30. You can also pass the dynamic way. After the parameters are passing is done in the constructor. Now here the list check contains the one parameter, that is the list. For example, I take the ls here 10 12 13 23 22 34 35. For example, these are the some numbers. You can access the any method within the class by using the object dot list check is the method. Here you can pass the ls, that means your ls is moved into the l. Here it checks the every item in the your list and appended to the res if the item is even number. Now click on run. Here it returns the 10 20 22 34 because I am calling the only list check function. Here you can check obj dot display. Here the display is no parameters. Then click on the run. Here after printing the list, here it displays the name is Chintu and age is 30. This is the constructor in Python classes. Now we discuss with the static variables and instance variables. Now what is the difference between the static variables and instance variables? The static variables are declared in the class outside of functions. Static variables are declaring inside of class and outside of functions. Now what is the instance variable? Now instance variables are declaring in class and within the functions. That means you can declare the your static variables. That means what are the static variables means you can declare the any variables within the class and outside of functions called as a static variables, and you can declare the variables within the class and inside the functions. The variables are called as a instance variables. Now we discuss through the program. Now first create a class. For example, the class is the a. Here for example I declare the x equal to 10. Here you can also use the constructor underscore underscore. For convenience I create the one function. For example, display is the one function, or details is the one function. Here this is the self keyword. Here without using the self keyword, what happens you can check. Here I declare the name equal to Chintu and age equal to 30. Now I use the another function display. Here display, here use the self. Now print the name is self dot name and print here age is age, sorry, self dot age. Now here you can also access the static variables using your class name, that is your class name is a dot the static variable is x, because the x is the static variable. That means you are declaring a variable within the class and outside of functions. Instance variables are declaring in the class but within the functions. Here name and age are the instance variables and x is the static variable. You can access the static variables with class name dot variable name, or you can also access the object name dot your variable. Now create a object for your class. Object equal to, here a is the class. You can access here display. Now click on the run. Here it returns the attribute error. A object has no attribute name. Here why? You can use the self here. Click on the run. Here again it returns the attribute error. A object has no attribute name. Oh sorry, that means these are the instance variables. You are unable to access the instance variables through the your class object or your class name. Here you can put into the comments. Here I print the, for example, name is name, print age is age. Now you can access the your class variables that are the static variables. You can use the class name dot your variable name, or you can use the obj dot, that is object name dot your class variable. Here these variables are defined within the class. That means the scope is within the details functions only. You can use the inheritance. You can also access the details in display method also. Here I click on the run. Here the static variable is 10 because the x contains the 10. Now call the details method, obj dot details. Here click on the run. Here the name is Chintu and age is 30. Here you can also constructor, for example use the constructor like def underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Here I pass the only self as a default parameter. Here I add the one to the your already declaring static variable. How? Here you can use the your parent, that means your class name dot static variable. I add the one to the your variable, that means your x contains the 11. Click on run. Here your static variable contains the 11. This is the constructor. You can also your constructors and your functions based on your requirement. Now we discuss with the inheritance. Now what is the inheritance? The inheritance is the acquiring properties of one class to the another class. That means you can acquire the properties of other classes. Now how to use the inheritance in Python and what are the inheritances are supported in Python. Now the inheritances are first one is the single inheritance. Now what is the single inheritance? Here suppose here A is the parent class. Here the parent class is the A and subclass is B. Here A is the parent class, B is the child class. Here the child class is acquires the properties of parent class. That means within child class you can access the parent class attributes or parent class functions also. Now we discuss through the program. Here created two classes. First one is A is the one class. Here you can use the parenthesis. Here the class A contains the, for example, I create a one variable, that is the static variable. Here I create a one constructor init. Here I pass the self, name and age. Here you can initialize the your parameters self dot name equal to name, self dot age equal to age. Now constructor is done. Now I create a one function. Here display. Here you can use the default parameter is the self. Now I print the your class variables. Here you can pass the parameters in the constructor. You can pass the any parameters in the function definition. You can access the parameters in the other functions. You can use the self dot your parameter name or your variable name. The name is, for example, here the name. Now print age is, here print age. Here you can add a one value to the your static variable. Here a dot x plus equal to 1. Here you can access the any static variables. You can use the your class name or you can object name. Here this is the one class. I create another class. The class name is B. Here how to pass the and how to create a inheritance in the Python. In other programming languages, for Java you can use the extends keyword extended with the parent class. Here you can directly pass the your parent class name in the parentheses. That is the inheritance in Python. That means B acquires the properties of class A. A is the parent class, B is the child class. Here I create another function, that is the display one. Here you can also use the display one. That means method overriding, and how to handle method overriding we discuss in the later. Here you can pass the one default parameter. Here you can access the your parent class data through your child class. How? Here you can directly access the self dot, for example, access the your class static variable. Static variable is the, you can use that a dot x. Here you can also access the your name, because it access the all the data in the parent class. Name is self dot name, and print age is self dot age. Now create a object for your child class. You can use the child class object. You can access the any method, any variable in the parent class, and in the child class contains the access the your parent class data. Here I create the object for your child class. Here you can pass the parameters. Here required parameters are 2, because the parent class contains the constructor. The constructors are needed. Name and age are the required parameters. Now pass here, for example, Chintu is the name and age is 40. That means the A is the parent class, B is the child class. B acquires the properties of parent class A. Now obj dot, here you can access the, for example, first we are accessing the display method. Here display method. Now click on run. Here name is Chintu and age is 40. Here I am using the display. Now here using the display 1, click on run. Here the static variable is 11. Here the static variables are declared in the class A, but I am accessing the A data, that means parent class data in the child class, that is the inheritance to acquire the properties or data in the parent class. Now this is a single inheritance. Now the next one is the hierarchical inheritance. Now what is the hierarchical inheritance means? For example, you have a one class. Here the same class name, that means same parent with the different childs. Here we discuss the childs are B and C. Here childs are for example B is the one child, and C is the one child. Now how to create a inheritance we can discuss through the program. Now create a class, that is the A. Here you can use the same code. The only different is how to inheritance, that is the important. Here create another class. Here class C, same parent, that is the A. Here the B contains the same parent and C contains the same parent, that is the inheritance. Here we can access the parent data also. Here same, I use the same method here with different method name or different function name. Here this is the object. Here now click on the run. Here it returns the for example here B class name, B class is here A class name, A class age. Now here C class name, C class age. Here first we use the display. Here click on the run. Here the B contains the one display, one function. It contains the the B is the one class. First create a object for your B. The object for B, it calls the display function. Here this is the display function. Now how to use the class C and how to call the class object, that is a class C object, and calling the display function. For example, I create a object 1 for class C. Here it needs the two parameters. For example, I pass a two parameters ball and 50. Here please comment the your object dot display. That means here you can call the display method in the A class using the B object. Here call the A class display method using the C object. Here display. Now check. Here A class name is Balu. Here the class A contains the C data, Balu, and age is 50. This is the inheritance. You can create a class B instance or class C instance. That means any child class accessing the your parent class. That is the hierarchical inheritance. Here click on the run. Here it returns the both functions. Now we discuss which the next inheritance is multiple inheritance. The multiple inheritance means the child contains the multiple parents. For example, A is the one parent and B is the one parent. Here A and B are the parents. The A and B parent contains the, for example, we create a one child as C. Now the child as C. Now this is a multiple inheritance. How to handle the multiple inheritance in Python? In Java does not support the multiple inheritance. Now create a class, that is the A class, same as above. Here this is the class A. Now I create the class B. Here class B. For example, this is the class B. Here I create a example is, for example, variable is y. Here a dot y equal to, for example, 3. Now I use the display one as the method. Now create a class C. Here you can pass the B comma A. These are the multiple inheritance. Now we can also pass the A is the parent and B is the child of A. Here the class B is the child of A. Here the C is the childs of class B and A. This is an optional, you can using in the your own way. Here I am directly using the display of. Here I am accessing the static variable. For example, here a dot x, print. Here I define the one method display 3. In the next program we discuss with the how to handle a method overriding, and I print the another static. For example, static variable is the b dot x. Now here create a object for class C only. C, for example, obj equal to C of. Here you can pass the for example name as a Balu and 40 as the age. Now you can call object name dot display 3 and click on run. Oh sorry, ended with the colon. Now click on the run. Here attribute error. Here A has no attribute Y. Here you can choose that. Here B contains the Y. Now click on the run. Again it returns the attribute error. Here A has no attribute Y. Now why it error is there? Here C is the child of class B and class A. Here you can use the, you must pass the class A as the parent to the your child B. Now click on the run. Here again it returns the type object A has no attribute Y. A dot Y. Here this is the B dot Y, because the B contains the, that means your B class contains the static variable is Y. Here we discuss with the later why passing the A to the B class. Now click on the run. Here the display 3 takes 0 positional argument, but 1 was given. Here you can pass the A here. Click on run. For example, we try with the object dot C. Here the class name is Balu and the class age is 40. This is the how to pass your parent class to the your class B. You can also use obj dot display 3. Now click on the run. Why it takes error? Oh sorry. Here pass the self parameter. Click on the run. Here the default argument is the self. Now I explain through the code. First the class is the A. Here the class contains the static variable is x equal to 10. Here this is the one constructor in the class A. Now use the static variables. You can use the parent class name dot your static variable, or you can also use the your class instance variable. Here the class contains the one display method. Here the B class contains the 10 and the B class contains the one constructor. Here the display one is the one method in the class B. Here the class C contains the class C is the child of your class B and class A, and the method is display3, and I can directly access the your class A data and class B data. Now why I pass the A here? Here there is a one problem. Here this is the same constructor, this is the same constructor. Now it takes the which constructor? It is a confusion. You can call your B class, it takes the this constructor. Here the B acquires the properties of your class A. That means your parent class constructor is override. Then here without using the A, here the that means here the same initialization, here the parent is also same initialization. Here the data will be passed into the constructor. Here the A is the parent class of B only. Here the C contains the parent class of B and A. Here the constructor is override, then I am using that parent for that B. Here without using the parent for B, that is B is the one separate class and A is the one separate class, you can access the C object. Here you can access the C object, use the B class, the B constructor is called. Here you can use the A class, the A constructor is called. Here you can pass the A as a parameter, that is the inheritance, the B constructor is called. Here the B also access the class A data, and the class C access the both class B and class A data. Here this is the constructor override. Now how to handle the constructor override and method override? Now we discuss the last inheritance is the multi-level inheritance. Now this inheritance is the, for example, you have a one class. Here the class contains the another class, that is class B. Here another class is class C. Here the class B acquires the properties of class A and class C acquires the properties of class B. Now we discuss through the program. Multi-level inheritance. Now first create a one class. In this program we discuss with the method overriding and constructor overriding along with the multiple inheritance. For example, I create a class A. Here the class A contains the, for example, constructor is def underscore underscore init. Here for name convenience, here college. college is the one class. Here the default parameter is the self. Here I use the parameter like college name and college location and college starting year. Here these are the three parameters I passing to the college class only. Here I initialize all the variables. CLG name equal to CLG name, self dot college location equal to college location. Now self dot college start year equal to college start year. Here this is the constructor. Now here I use the another function, that is the display all the your class data. Now print this is the class college. Now print here college name is CLG name. You can use the self here and use the print here college location is the self dot college location and print college starting year. Here college starting year. Now this is the one function. Now I create another class. Now this is the department and parent is the college. Now here I create the same function, that is the display. Here display this is the department class. Now what happens for creating a object for your department? Here you can use the obj dot display. Here the department contains the parameters are needed for college name. For example, college name is the ABC, for example, and college location is, for example, India, and college starting year is 1999. Here click on the run. Oh, sorry, this is the function. Here use the self. Here use the one print statement. Now click on the run. Here obj equal to department of, here pass the parameters like college name and college location and college here. Okay, sorry, this is the problem. Click on the run. Here it prints the this is the department class because it overrides the class college display function. Here the child class contains and parent class contains the same function. Now what is the method overriding? You can create a same method in the child class. The method is already exist in the parent class. That means method override. When you can call the your object name dot display, here your child display is executed. Now how to call? Here using the super keyword super dot display. Here it displays the your parent function and click on the run. Super dot display. Here college start year is not defined. Oh sorry, use the self and click on the run. Here no attribute is a start year. Where oh sorry, college start year. Here this is the college start year. Click on the run. Here this is the department class. First your print statement is executed after the super is used for to call the super display method. Here this is the class college. The college name is ABC and college location is India. The college starting year is 1999. This is the your parent class is called. This is the method overriding. Now create another method, that is a class, for example student. Here we can pass for example self comma student name. Oh sorry, this is a class. Here this class contains the one constructor. Here also call the one constructor def underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Here I pass the self as a default parameter. Now the department contains the DEPT like DEPT name and DEPT students and DEPT like these two parameters are enough. Now this is the one class. The department class contains the constructor. This is the self contains the constructor contains the DEPT name and DEPT students. Now here you can same as initialize DEPT name equal to DEPT name equal to DEPT name and self dot and self dot here DEPT students equal to the DEPT students. Now here this is the one constructor. Here the DEPT contains the one constructor, that is the DEPT details. Now here the constructor is overridden in the department. That means the same constructor name in the your parent class in the child class. Now how to handle it? Here you can pass super dot your function name is, that is your constructor name is init underscore what are the required parameters in the your parent class, that is the these three. Now you can directly pass here. Now in that constructor there is no college name, college location and college starting year. Here you can pass, that means you can create the object for your department. You can pass the all the parameters here. That means your constructor takes the all the parameters and initialize the your DEPT data after it calls the your parent constructor. Your parent constructor contains the college name, location and starting year. Here in the department constructor there is no college name and college location and college start year. After you are use the college name, college location, college starting year in the constructor in department class, here you can pass the what are the argument to the department class. The college name and college location and college start values are placed into the your parent constructor. Now how to handle? Now this is the constructor overriding. Here you can create a object for your department. Here department you can pass the all the names here. For example, your department name is CSE. Your department students are 300. Your college name is ABC. Here your college location is IND. Here your college starting year is 1999. Here click on the run. Now this code is working fine. Now how to call the your constructor? This is the constructor passing data. That means you can pass the all the data through the child constructor, because your child constructor is overrides the your parent constructor. Here you can pass the all the parameters in the child constructor. Here in that child constructor, the college name and college location and college starting year are here. These values are placed into the your parent constructor. Here you can directly call the your display method obj.display. Here click on the run. Now this is the department class. This is the your college. The college name is ABC and college location is India and college starting year is 1999. Here where is the DEPT name and DEPT students. Now in that child method, that is the display, here you can access the print DEPT name is self dot DEPT name and print DEPT students self dot DEPT, here self dot DEPT students. This is the function. Click on the run. Here this is the department class. First it prints the your department class. After it prints the department name. After it prints the your department students are 300. Now here the method is overriding. Here it calls the child class. After here it calls the your parent class display function. After printing the your child class display statements, here this is the class college. This is the parent class. The college name is ABC. The college location is IND. Here the college starting year is 1999. Here without passing these parameters, here the college name and college location and college starting year, here there is no data is moved into the your constructor in the parent class. You can also create another class. How simple. Here can use the same as the department. Control C. Here I pass the another class as the student. Here this is the student class. In that class these constructor contains the parameters are required, because here the student class is overrides the department class. Here the department is the parent of child class of student. Here the student acquires the properties of your parent class DEPT. Here this is the same as init. It overrides the your parent class init. Now here the DEPT name and all the parameters are required along with, for example, here I use the some student name is the one student class constructor variable. Here student name. Self student name. Here all the your child class constructor parameters are required here. Now the self contains the only student name. Control C and Control V. Here this contains the only student name. Now you can call the your child constructor along with the your child constructor all the required parameters here. Here click on the run. Here okay, ended with the colon and click on the run. Here the student name is not printed. Here you can use the method, for example DEPT display 3. Here you can print the student name. Student name is the your student name, that is the self dot student name. Now we can call the display 3 obj dot display 3. Click on the run. Here there is no object or attribute. The department contains a sorry. Here must follows the indentation space. Here display 3. Oh sorry, pass the self as a default parameter. Here the display 3 is not defined in the student class. Sorry, here the object is created for the department. Now create a object for the student. That means here the lowest child class is student. Now create a object for student. Here first parameter is the student name. The student name is, for example, Chintu. Here the DPT name is the, for example, CSE, and the DPT students are 300, for example 400. Now college name is the ABC. Now college location is the, for example, India. The college starting year is 1999. Now here we can call that anything. Here click on the run. Here this is the department class. After the department name is CSE. Here the department name is printed. First your department name, after your department students and college name and college location and college starting year. Finally print the your student name. This is the multi-level inheritance along with the method overriding and constructor overriding handling. Now we discuss which the polymorphism is important in object oriented programming. Now what is the polymorphism? The polymorphism is the same function name with different types. For example, in Python, length is the one built-in function. Here I pass the one string. Here click on the run. Here I again use the length. Here I pass the one list as a argument into the length and click on the run. Here the length is the same method with different type of data. That means in the two statements the length is the length function is same, but the data type is different. That means the polymorphism is the function is same with the type of data is different. That is the polymorphism. Now how to create the classes with the polymorphism? Now I create a class. For example, A is the one class. Here the class contains the one method. For example, add is the one method. Here I print the only one statement. This is the add function. Now I create the another function, that is a subtraction. This is the function print this is the subtraction function. Here you can pass the parameter default as a self. Now I create the another class. Here class is the B class. Now here the A and B class contains the same methods, like same functions. Add and sub functions are same in both classes. Here the functions are same, the data type is or data is different. Now create a object for your class A and create a object for your class B. Now I call the obj dot add and obj dot sub. Now obj1 dot add and obj1 dot sub. Now what is the statement means? Here I create a object for class A and class B. Here the functions are same, but your object type is different. Then here add and subtraction, here add and subtraction. The functions are same, but the object type is different. Here the object is the one type, here object 1 is the one type, but the functions are same. And click on the run. Here this returns the same data, that means here the functions are same. That means here your length is same, but your type of data is different. Here the functions are same and the type of instance object is different. This is the polymorphism in Python. This is the object oriented programming concepts in Python. Thank you for taking the time. You can practice in the Jupyter notebook. You can save your Jupyter notebook file. Go to the file, save as. Here this is the your path. Here you can use the your book name, your Jupyter notebook name. For example, I use the lab 12 and click on the save. Thank you.